PC, the voice, Alabama Prison Profiles. What's going on with y'all, man? Make sure y'all like, sub, share the video, comment on the video, donate to the channel's Cash App and PayPal at Bama Prison Files with 2 S's, man. If you feeling generous, man. Say, man, I want to give a shout out to our sponsor, PAX Los Angeles. Make sure y'all visit the link in the description for their online store for the gas, vapes, edibles, merch, etc., man. Now today, we have an officer that has gone federal after an altercation with an inmate. Let's hop right into that right now. August 2024. A former police sergeant has pleaded guilty to depriving an arrestee of his civil rights under the color of law. Ryan Phillips, who served the Daleville Police Department, hit a city jail inmate multiple times on March 1st, 2022. He was subsequently fired. The guilty plea was announced Friday by the United States Department of Justice and the Middle District of Alabama United States Attorney's Office. Authorities said Phillips willfully used unreasonable force against an arrestee identified in court records only as, quote, DM. The victim was inside a jail cell when he and Phillips got into a verbal altercation. Phillips then removed his badge and gun, entered the cell, and repeatedly struck the inmate in the upper body and face. The inmate sustained lacerations and bruising. Daleville, Alabama. Police Department Sergeant Ryan Phillips pleaded guilty yesterday to depriving an arrestee of his civil rights under the color of law. Quote, when police officers violate the law and abuse their power, it erodes the community's trust in the ability of law enforcement to keep them safe and to preserve their rights, unquote, said Assistant Attorney General Kristen Clark of the Justice Department Civil Rights Division. Quote, this defendant abused his power by entering the cell of an arrestee to violently strike him in the face and upper body without cause or reason. A sentencing hearing has not yet been set. Phillips faces up to 10 years in prison. Quote, although police officers are granted authority to maintain law and order, that authority has limits, said Middle District of Alabama United States Attorney Jonathan S. Ross. Quote, the defendant lost his composure and beat an arrestee inside his cell. This type of excessive force cannot be tolerated. The FBI Field Mobile office investigated the case. Quote, Ryan Phillips clearly violated his position of public trust, unquote, said Acting Assistant Director Jody Coden of FBI's Criminal Investigation Division. Quote, law enforcement officers take an oath to protect and serve people, and Phillips betrayed that trust, unquote. Fast forwarding all the way back up to December of this year, man. A former Alabama police sergeant was sentenced Monday to more than a year in federal prison for beating an inmate in 2022. Ryan Phillips, a 42-year-old former sergeant with the Daleville Police Department, will spend 16 months in federal prison, followed by 2 years of supervised release, prosecutors said. When he pleaded guilty in August to one count of depriving an arrestee of his civil rights, Phillips admitted that he used, quote, unreasonable force against the inmate following a verbal altercation in March of 2022. Phillips admitted to taking off his badge and firearm before entering the victim's cell and striking the victim multiple times in the face and upper body. The victim, only identified as initials DM, sustained injuries that included multiple cuts and bruises to his face and chest. Quote, people being held under arrest have the right to be treated humanely and not to be violently assaulted behind bars, said Assistant Attorney General Kristen Clark of the Justice Department Civil Rights Division. Quote, the defendant disregarded his oath to protect and serve his community, abused his power, and violated the victim's civil rights when he entered that jail cell and repeatedly struck the victim. This sentence should serve as a reminder to all law enforcement that a badge is not a license to answer verbal insults with physical violence and excessive force. The Justice Department will hold accountable officials who violate arrestees' civil rights. Added Paul Brown, special agent in charge of the FBI's Montgomery field office. Quote, law enforcement officers are entrusted to safeguard everyone's civil rights. In this case, that trust was broken and the officer egregiously violated an individual's civil rights. It will remain a top priority for the FBI to ensure anyone violating someone's civil rights is held accountable, especially those within law enforcement. Get fucking real. And there y'all have it, man. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. Now, this is crazy, man. 16 months Listen, man, I don't know if the jail pressed charges or the feds came in because this is on camera or what, man. But damn, officers, y'all need to keep your damn cool. People are gonna run your mouth. People don't like the motherfucking police, and people definitely don't like going to jail. So, you're 40 years old, you're a veteran, you know what I'm saying? You should be used to that shit by now, you know what I'm saying? Inmates. If a CO gives you a fair one and you press charges, man, look, you was talking crazy to that man and should have known what time it was when he took that motherfucking belt off. Everybody ain't going for that mouthy shit all the time, and he learned that day. And now this officer is gonna go to a kiddie daycare, you know what I'm saying, for officers in the feds, come back out and go on with his life, man. SMH all around. But yeah, man, y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section, man. Like, subscribe, share, donate to the platform. It's Christmas, for Christ's sake. Mess with the sponsor in the description, PAX Los Angeles, man, for everything. DC The Voice, Alabama Prisoner Profiles,